Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 28 of season 2 of Gunners and Blues. My name is Sean Morgan. I am joined by Andrew Gump. Andrew, how are things for you today after a rather rough performance this weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of checked out mentally in the middle of the game, but kind of in the middle of right after Reese got injured. It was just, it was probably the most diffident I've seen Chelsea under Tuchel. Actually, they came out with probably almost no confidence, no self confidence. They were, had everything to lose, nothing to gain. It was very weird. We were just basically playing not to lose. That kind of hurt. I usually like my teams to go out there a little bit like gladiators, like Mark. What was his name? Fuck, I'm not even gonna try to remember the actor's name. Russell Crowe. Remembered it. Like Russell. I want to go like Russell Crowe. Back in Gladiator, not Russell Crowe now, who looks like he ate two Russell Crowes. Like, I just,
He's right. He's Russell
you know,
Vulture now.
yeah, he's Russell Vulture now. Like I said, I'm not gonna give you a rundown. It wasn't. I want to get this over with. So we didn't even give you like the agenda. I just want to get this over with because there wasn't a lot to say. We went out. We didn't play our best. You can talk about the formation changes. I originally I was excited for the Lukaku Timo link up. I was less excited about the Kante Jorginho Kovacic midfield. But then you look at it and you see the players available. Mount was injured, and you see the reasoning, right? Did anyone want to see Ziyech start after what he's done? No, no. Pulisic's injured. Havertz, you could have maybe made an argument for, and he did come on, but he hadn't set the world alight. In theory, it looked like it could work. In practice, we came out pusillanimous, pathetic, really didn't put in a shift. Rudiger himself said, listen, this is the first time we played under Tuchel where we just got outrun, outfought in basically every department. And it was right. And so I kind of checked out. So it made the loss a little bit less difficult to take. But also, to put it in perspective, it was our first loss this season. It was literally only the second time a team has scored against us this season. I was being greedy. I was being greedy. I got caught up in the just overriding joy of feeling confident every game we went into. And I really shouldn't have. And also, it was an early Saturday morning kickoff. Those can go fuck themselves anyway. And there's the expletive for this
You
episode.
know,
Um,
it always seems like in those matches, in those early kickoff matches, there's always an injury. There's always an injury. It feels like.
we also have some incredibly poor win rate. I have no idea why. We always have an incredibly poor win rate in early kickoffs. We actually just suck shit. And like I said, I'm not gonna say a huge amount about it. We've not been good. We got outfought. Jorginho didn't look great. I do want to say the one bright spot for me, Mendy is a mwah. Just he comes back from being injured, having his ribs messed up by Zuba, and played miraculously. Probably kept the scoreline more respectable than we deserved it to be. And oh my God, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Anyone that knows me knows that Ruben Loftus-Cheek, after the terrible, terrible decision I made to think Josh McEachran was going to be a great footballer, that was wrong. That was incorrect. I apologize for that one. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was my dude from the academy. I wanted him more than anyone to be the star that came out of the academy. I just love. He moves like a Rolls Royce across the pitch. Just great, great. And for that half a season under Sarri before he got injured, he was playing like that. But seeing him come on for the last 20 minutes and actually make us look like we were out there to maybe make a difference was great. And I can't wait to see Loftus-Cheek get more playing time. Tuchel's been singing his praises, so put your money where your mouth is, Tuchel. I want Ruben Loftus-Cheek starting in the Champions League. And
Ooh.
transition, we move in right into the preview for the Champions League.
I got no. I'm not letting you get off that easy.
No!
I am not letting you get off that easy.
Come on.
That was a good try. Hey, you were trying to speed run this shit, right? We're episode's not even
Yeah,
5 minutes in,
that's
and
true.
you're like, you know what? Yeah, let's just transition, move right on. Not so fast.
The world's small, bro. I gotta get my Z's.
Not
No,
so
I'm just
fast.
kidding.
So I do have to say that there are three things that I do wanna point out. So I'm sorry that I'm making you talk about this. I was very disappointed with the Timo Lukaku combination.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like they gelled very well, and I sometimes wonder how much of that was tactics and how much of that is chemistry. So I'm going to ask you that question. How much of that do you feel was a tactical decision by Tuchel to really just focus on counterattacking opportunities and kind of exploiting, maybe if you did have a period of sustained possession, going through and, getting either Werner, especially Lukaku, in key positions, or how much do you think was it more of just they really didn't seem like they were in sync very often?
For me, it was just the team didn't play to those strengths at all, right? Like, if you're going to play Timo Werner and your first decision is to play it into his feet when he is up against Ruben Diaz, you're fucking up. If we're being honest, it made no sense. The passes from the midfield, and apparently Jorginho was carrying an injury, so Kante probably had one of his worst games that he's had for Chelsea. But that midfield, with the exception of Kovacic, I don't know what their plan was. It was like literally they were under so much pressure. Just get it to somebody up there. You played balls in behind for Werner. The whole idea is that Werner runs in behind to open up space for Lukaku. We saw it again in the last 20 minutes against Aston Villa in the League Cup. Yeah, in the League Cup. And it looked great. We didn't play that way once. Why on earth we were playing that way? I don't think it was a tactical thing. I honestly, it's so difficult. It pissed me off. That's the one thing that probably pissed me off the most about the game. I wanted to get past it without being more pissed off because I was pretty chill about the whole thing. But no, we played so damn bad that we never really got to see their combination play. If you want to be perfectly honest, it was so disjointed. Every, losing Reece like that, Azpilicueta was having a lot of trouble, with the exception of literally mounting Jack Grealish. He was second guessing everything that he did. He just really had a subpar performance. A man that almost always puts out a 7 out of 10. It was very subpar performance. It was one of those things where we just didn't. You could have had any two players up there, it would have looked shit. In my opinion, we could have had Lewandowski and Cristiano Ronaldo up there. It would have looked shit. There was nothing that we were doing to get the ball to those players in the right positions. And I actually think Werner had an okay game. He made some really good runs when he did get the ball. He's one of the very few people that actually was willing to run with the ball away from our goal rather than just playing whatever the hell we were doing in the midfield. I don't know what it was. It was difficult. I really want to see in a 3-4-3 Mount Lukaku and Havertz. I mean, Mount Lukaku and Werner. I did not in a 3-5-2. Please, just give me a 3-4 just once. Don't let this shade your ideas, Tuchel. Please, just give me one more time, one more chance. Give me number two. Give me number two. Let's get this roll through.
Number two. Is this the point? Is this the point that Alonso gets benched for Chilwell? Because that was this is his first, I think, poor performance, I think, in a string of very, very good performances. So if you think no, like what did you have any positive takeaways? Because I thought that defensively he looked very suspect. And offensively, I think it was part of a greater problem with that match tactically. And you were going against City, who, if you put past results aside and look at them objectively, one of the better attacking teams in the world, let alone the league. So do you think that, maybe this was just a combination of everything went wrong for Chelsea and he was just a byproduct of that? Or, is this a sign of things to come?
Yeah, for me, definitely, I still wouldn't take him out. He did not have a good game. I'm not going to just say, Alonso played well. But he never really had anyone he could link up with on that side at all. Like I said, we never Alonso is a very interesting case in that if your team is not pressuring, like not basically going for every second ball, not pressuring from the midfield, which we did not once. Jorginho was very, like I said, very diffident. He almost never pressed the ball. Kovacic and Kante were probably some of the worst pressing I've ever seen them. He doesn't work, right? Because then people just, he's a front foot defender. He is a front foot defender. You cannot expect him to track back with people like Gabriel Jesus, Cancelo. It's not Kyle Walker. He's not built that way. He isn't. Just not built that way.
There are very few people built like Kyle Walker.
Yeah. Also, there's very few people as ugly as Kyle Walker. That man is hideous. That man is hideous. I mean, like, I would not count. Like, if we were to look at this game, we just wouldn't. Jorginho would be back down. I'm not going to do that to Alonso. He's been so good, and I don't think he was like a main problem that we had. Like I said, that midfield just got run over, absolutely run over, and I'm not against seeing Chilwell come back in, but was Chilwell's performance against Aston Villa in the Cup enough? Like, well, he would have done great against Man City. Hell no. Let's be perfectly honest with ourselves. There was nothing about that Ben Chilwell performance against Aston Villa that was like, man, he would have been lights out against Man City. Why did we put Alonso in?
I think that's a fair assessment. My final question is: the Reece James injury does seem like it may be. I don't want to say bad.
4 to 6 weeks. No, it's 4 to 6 weeks.
But it's going to be substantial. He's been probably one of the best players, I think, in the squad to start the season. And I'm wondering, with the likely, Azpilicueta is going to be the one moving up, right? Presumably.
I mean, I think we're going to see Callum Hudson-Odoi get more time at right wing back. I honestly think when you look at our fixtures coming up, we are playing some teams that are going to definitely sit back against us. We need that more creative guy there on wings, the wing role. So I actually think we're going to see Callum Hudson-Odoi get much needed minutes at right wing back, much needed minutes, and I think it could be a real blooming point for him. You're never happy when a player like Reece goes down, but I think this gives Reece a real opportunity. Callum Hudson-Odoi a real opportunity to legitimately cement. To put himself in the position that he should be playing. He should be starting, whether it's on left attacking, somewhere on the right. He needs to make himself undroppable in these next 4 to 6 weeks while Reece is out.
Yeah, and looking at your fixture list, there's definitely a lot of opportunity, I think, for, looking at just not even counting, anything like non-league. Hosting Southampton, traveling to Brentford, hosting Norwich, traveling to Newcastle, hosting Burnley.
Yeah. It's looking great. We actually had a really terrible schedule to start the season. And then where we are.
And then there's a week break before you travel to Leicester on the 20th, and there's a decent chance that he could, very solid chance that he's back, before then, or. Could use that as almost kind of a tune-up. But then, of course, you host United on the 28th. So I say the close right there.
Freebie. If Ole is still there, that's a freebie. That's an absolute freebie. Wow. Okay.
All right. So those were my three. They weren't that bad.
Now let me transition.
Okay. Now we transition to talking about Juventus.
Anyway, talking about Juventus. So Juventus have had a shit start to the season. They haven't kept a clean sheet, which doesn't even sound like Juventus. Both Chiellini and the manager said they're not even a team. About their own team, they're not even a team. They got their first win of the season this weekend by beating Spezia, the Mammoth Spezia, 3-2. 3-2, by the way. Yeah, so I'm not worried. Their two best attacking talents, well, 2 out of the 3 best attacking talents. One, Hair Grease, Alvaro Morata, and Paulo Dybala are both going to miss this match. Chiesa, who is a great player, and we tried to sign this summer, will be fit. I'm not worried about it, even though we played like such shit. I don't think that there are certain players in the squad now that are probably, it's been made very clear to them that your position in the squad is not unassailable. You got there and suck shit like you did against Manchester City, maybe we don't see you for a while. maybe you get loaned out to Venezia like Ethan Ampadu, another Italian team that no one's heard of. I don't know. All I'm saying is I think it's going to make for a much. I think there's going to be a response. I don't know whether it'll be tactically, whether it's just personnel wise. I think we're going to get the job done. I mean, that's really all I have to say about that. I do want to just put in one more thing. Talk about how shit all journalists in England are. Or I guess this is a Spanish team. Marca is saying that Antonio Rudiger is 100% leaving Chelsea and he's going to be put on £400,000 a week at Bayern. Robert Lewandowski doesn't even make £400,000 a week at Bayern. There's no way that Antonio Rudiger, after playing 7 great months, incredible months with Chelsea, Bayern like, you know what? We're breaking the bank for this bad boy. We need him. Whether or not he does stay or go, like I said, I don't want him to leave because I think we need a proper bastard. I think every team needs a proper bastard. That's just the way I think about it. Preferably one that doesn't choke people on the pitch like Xhaka, but you need bastards in your squad. But if he does go, I'm not as worried about it just because we move.
You never know when you need to choke a bitch. I mean, it's...
Well, you preferably not during the game for no particular reason.
Yeah, I mean...
Preferably not for no particular reason. You never know when you need Kolasinac to, defend you from knife-wielding idiots.
Exactly.
That's why you got him in the squad, boys. It's not there to play football anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's
for
about
our Carabao
right?
trips to Millwall.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean that's about it. I tried to breeze through it. I'm not actually super depressed about the result. It happens to the strength of schedule that we had going into this game. Losing 1-0. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened. We're in a pretty solid position in the league. I don't think it's the end of the world. It was nice watching Liverpool get their comeuppance to get Brentford, the mighty Brentford, by the way.
Mighty
God, they
Brentford.
play. They are so impressive to watch play. Manchester United. Did you hear the chants about Cristiano Ronaldo at Aston Villa?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say them on here because I've already let my sailor get the best of me.
The E is as slapped on there as it possibly can be. Please
want
don't
me
make
to
me have to go and edit this video to
okay.
bleep stuff out.
Yeah, no. If you're interested in the more body side of wrestling, good God, of the Premier League, go look up the Aston Villa chant about Cristiano Ronaldo. Also, watch the video of Emi Martinez pulling the best shit house I have ever seen. Oh my God, that video made my weekend. I mean, my weekend was shit, but it still helped the weekend move right along. Please look that up. Emi Martinez, Cristiano Ronaldo. Type it into YouTube, wherever you go. It is... My God, it's hilarious.
It was so beautiful. You've got to say, at this point, right, that Emi Martinez is probably a top 3 penalty keeper right now in Europe, simply because of his ability to shit talk and get in the head of whoever is taking the kick. To me, I
do find it slightly untoward that he always humps toward the crowd after he saves a penalty, though. I was like, wait, first of all, bro, I'm glad you're excited. That doesn't mean everyone else is excited. Get some consent first. But anyway,
Yeah, consent's very important, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And
as Pearl Jam says, the holy no. Anyway.
It's can't believe you worked a Pearl Jam reference. I'm impressed.
You like that, bro?
No,
I said diffident earlier. That made me think of dissident.
I mean, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
It's the connection. No, I was so crazy impressed with, I think, Martinez's composure in, I mean, there's a reason that Penandez is, a thing. And I think if there's anything that you could say to get in Bruno's head, anything you could do to get in Bruno's head, that is just
perfect. Oh,
because that's going to ruin his confidence, I think, for a long time, especially if he ends up giving up penalties to Ronaldo, or if, let's say, he does get the next one and he misses that one, or it's just like a poor penalty, then you don't recover from that. Any other thoughts before we call it?
Nope. Let's
Call it
move. Juventus. Let's just move on. Let's move on. Like I said, when Chelsea lose, I try to just not think about football up until the podcast. Then don't think about football again up until we play again, because it is torturous seeing everyone. They're like, Tuchel must have lost his spark. Like, yes, that one loss against the champions.
Overreact to everything. That
God.
is the media way. Well, if that wraps it up, then
Yep.
as always, I want to thank Particle Dogs. Cool, great, wonderful, awesome intro and outro music. I want to encourage everybody, if they haven't already, to please subscribe to us on whatever your preferred platform is, whether it's a music hosting or podcast platform like Spotify or Apple, iTunes or anything like that. We're also on YouTube, and if you've been checking us out there and seeing us, hey, we're waving. We do appreciate that. Please subscribe to us. Ring the bell, ding the ding. I don't know, whatever the thing is. And we will be back on Wednesday for Midweek Madness, where we will talk about childhood movies. We're each going to spotlight a particular movie that stood out to us, either as kids or something that we think should be impactful for children in a positive way. We're not going to say, oh, yeah, I think every kid should watch, I don't know, like Fight Club or something. So we're gonna
Yeah, don't. Not that. Don't do that.
so
The last thing we need is another generation of men thinking Fight Club is what defines them.
exactly.
Anyway,
But yeah, on behalf of Andrew, my name is Sean. We are Gunners and Blues. We are signing out. We will talk to everybody later. Have a good one.
guys.